sit down and talk about it.
Here's to another great day in LA. What you got, Cherry?
I gotta get this drink out first. Welcome. It has been 50 years since interracial dating was given the green light. In 2014, interracial dating was actually on the rise. But since the election, statistics show that it is now on the decline.
Good.
Stay tuned, and when you come back, we're gonna talk about the hidden biases of interracial dating. I'm gonna tell you which ethnicity is more likely to get down with the swirl, and we're gonna introduce you to our guest, Miss Michelle Epps. Stay tuned.
Let's sit down and talk about it.
We'll be right back after these important messages.
Let's sit down and talk about it.
Welcome back. Mr. Anthony, can you please introduce our guest?
Yes, we have the beautiful, bossy Michelle Epps, who is a producer and an actress and writer.
Ooh. Thank you for coming. Let me get back into it. So 12% of all marriages are interracial couples. And studies show, that people who are asked publicly about interracial dating, they're always for it. But when they're asked behind closed doors, they bark a different tune. Now, I was supposed to tell you what ethnicity gets down with the swirl. You want to guess?
What?
Asians.
Wow.
28% of Asians will marry outside their race.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah.
Bye.
So how do you feel about interracial dating, Michelle?
Well, first of all, whenever I see a man with an Asian woman, I know that they're a freak. Because the Asian women are known to let you do whatever you want. That's what I've heard.
Is that true?
I think so. I'm not Asian though, but
But you kind of look.
okay.
You got them. All right.
I
Now,
let them do what they want to do. No,
now, guess what ethnicity is closely following?
Which one?
Latino.
I don't doubt it.
Yes,
Those are cousins.
26%. So going to Latino, baby, what do you feel about interracial dating?
I love interracial dating. A black man over a Latin guy.
Really?
Why?
And why?
I mean, once you go black, you never go back.
Hey.
And it's horrible to say.
No, it's good.
Not to put my Hispanic men down.
Ooh, we need our black men, girl.
Let her have it.
Let them choose.
Right, I'm with you. I have dated the United Nations, so I'm totally with interracial dating. And I happen to like black Hispanic men.
Okay.
You gotta go
For
mix.
me,
Yeah.
Okay.
I like black men, but I know I'm gonna catch slack for this, but my sons are young and I tell them now they cannot date a white girl. And it sounds wrong, but it sounds wrong. But that's why I respect other parents when they say they don't approve of their child dating this particular race. And I have white in my family, but most white women look down on black women, or they think they're better than or
Superior.
yeah, and that's what I've experienced.
Yeah.
But you said
I
you have
agree.
white in your family, but aren't you mixed?
But I'm more so with my black side.
And then for me, my mom is mulatto, but for me, I grew up in a family full of light-skinned people. So I am so pro-black. I'm talking about tall black. For me, I've never dated outside of my race, and somebody I dated before told me I was prejudiced. I'm not prejudiced because I don't want to date outside my race.
Now this will sound crazy. My daughter, she can date a white man.
Wait a minute.
Really? Wow.
Double standards.
No,
You have to
I don't have a
explain.
problem with that, but when it comes to white women and my sons, no. Just because I know it sounds crazy, but I can't
Yeah, it
help
do.
the way I feel.
I'm so confused. Why?
It's just
Cause she
White
want-
women are sneaky.
and they always, I've had
And they come
white
for the
women,
money.
and I've had white women tell me, oh, black men, they praise us, like I've really had heated discussions about that, and it seems like white women, when they get with the black man, they feel like they're superior, they feel like they're better than
Like they
us.
can talk
You
down
talk
to the
me
black
sometime,
woman.
I'm
Yeah.
over her too.
Yeah.
I'm on the west wing.
I'm sorry, it's because I was asking her, what about you? Have you ever dated outside your race?
Never. And you know what? I slept with a white guy before, and the day after that, I got shot.
Oh, wait.
No, seriously.
Wait.
And after that, whatever I did that day, I said I would never do again.
I was just going to
Literally.
say, so they were good enough to sleep with, but you just can't date them.
It was that was an experience. It was in St. Louis. I was on a hot thotty night, and
You were trying something new.
I was trying something
So
new.
listen, my daughter, her friend's father, my daughter friend is white. Her friend father told her she cannot date a black man, and I had to explain that to my daughter. Like, you know, that's just how some people feel. If a white person said that in regards to their kids not being able to date outside their race, I don't get offended because I have my own personal beliefs and feelings as well.
I think everybody should be able to date what their preference is as
Right.
long as they don't talk down about their race. Because a lot of black men that date white women
They
talk
talk,
bad about
yes.
black women.
Point
Yes.
made.
And I have
Yes.
a problem with
Point
that
made.
because it's like your mom is black, your family is
Yes.
black.
But a lot
So-
of times, black men date white women because they don't want to go through with having to explain things to the black women. You know, white women just let you do whatever. Now,
But
not all of them. I know there's always an exception to the rule.
Right.
But for the most part, because men say, I have to fight outside the home. When I come in, I don't want to have to fight too.
Right.
You know, but they don't know that at the end of the day, that white woman's going to take all your pension, she going to probably be killing you slowly.
And get you locked up and say you raped her.
You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what the trick bag is.
And I have friends that are white. I have white cousins in my family, everything, and that's a discussion that we all have. It's just that's how I feel. Now I'll tell you this: the light-skinned women in my family, they don't like dark-skinned people. So I've experienced that part of it. You know, if you're getting a certain complexion in my family, my aunt has a problem with that.
Oh, I have an aunt like that too.
Yeah.
Who does it? Who very much is outspoken about being dark skinned.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because she's brown skinned herself.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's a problem with self. So how would you feel? You know my child, but you've never asked me, like, is my child mixed? What if I walked in here with a white dude? Is that a problem for you?
No.
That's not a problem for me. It's a
Right.
problem if one of my kids choose to date outside
Yeah,
their
she means her
race
children.
and I don't approve it. That's a problem for me. And that's,
she's not
that's
strong
why I
about
sympathize
white-
We're
with
going to
other
keep this
men as white
going, but
women.
right now we're going to go to commercial.
Because for me, I don't care who you date. Anybody in my family, date what you want. I know what I'm not dating.
Yeah.
Well, when I first started dating, my parents only wanted me to date Hispanic guys.
Down and talk about it.
We'll be right back after these important messages.
Let's sit down and talk about it.
But when I say white women think they're better than black women, these are personal experiences that I dealt with. Even with my daughter, she had a friend that was a white girl, and she told my daughter plainly, I'm better than you because I'm white and you're black. And I had to explain
Wow.
to my daughter that wasn't true, and she was confused. And I've had white girls say that to me. So these are personal experiences.
But did you explain to your daughter that that's not her friend?
Yeah, but at that time she thought it was, and I thought it was her friend. But this is something that was embedded.
Yeah,
so
that's
this is
probably
something that
embedded into the little girl's
exactly
head. Yeah.
from her mother. That's
From
a white-
ignorance.
Exactly.
That's a shame.
And I don't want my sons to experience things like that. So I just prefer for them to date a nice.
Don't cross.
We're gonna go to commercial. Crossbreed. We not dogs. We gonna go to commercial, but we gonna keep this conversation going.
But I think if a white woman looks down at black women when she's dating a black man, the black man should let her know that she shouldn't.
Yeah, but then some of them, they
Because
become
she
Oreo
has
and
a
they
black
forget who they
mother.
are. That's why they call them graham
You
crackers.
know?
Wait, a
And
graham
sometimes
cracker?
black men don't do that.
Graham crackers with
But
no.
I'll tell you now, and it's just it seems like when black men get with white women, they look down on us, and then they put the white women on a pedestal.
They become graham crackers.
Yeah. I explained it to her, but at that time she thought that was her friend. But that was something that was embedded in her. So the whole time, this is what this little girl thought because her mother taught her that. And when I
Ignorance.
brought it to her mother's attention, she called me a nigger. So it was like, it was bad.
Are you kidding
They
me?
have to call the police on me
I
to
remember
get
you
me
telling
off
me
the
that.
mother. Yeah.
Okay,
my.
on that note, we're about to go to commercial.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
but stay tuned because we got a lot more to talk about.
Drink to that.
God.
Girl, you got N-word. That friends got N-word.
Sit down and talk about it.
We'll be right back after these important messages.
Welcome back. We're gonna go to Mr. Cherry to find out shade or no shade.
Hey, and of course you know I'm Anthony Cherry, aka Champagne. So today for my shade or no shade, ladies, before you answer, I have two. So my first shade or no shade is after the election, I noticed that a lot of people came up with this white national thing, like where prejudice just came out of nowhere. You know, they was laid dormant in sleep, but now it's not. So we're living in a new America, you guys. Wake up, America. Wake up, black people. Wake up, world. And my other shade or no shade, if someone was to call you the N-word, would you be offended?
Whew, I'm fighting. I ain't gonna lie. You call me the N-word and you're not black, I'm fighting.
Yeah, I'll fight.
Well, for me, if you call me the N-word, I don't care because I got joy and I'm secure of who I am. So that word, I'm gonna take the power away from it because it means absolutely nothing. You're gonna be enraged, turning red while you're saying it to me. I'm gonna go on about my day and look at you and say, God, do what you gotta do to him because you ignorant. That's what people are about. They take you by ignorance, force, or fear. I'm not fearful of anything. So if you think that word really hurts me, where it degrades me, no. I'm an educated black man. I live the dream of Martin Luther King. I've overcame obstacles in my life and I'm good.
And that is beautiful, but anytime you disrespect me, we gonna have a problem.
If you put your hands on me, that ain't disrespect to me because that's a word.
I think it's just a word they use because they feel like it's gonna get to you. You know, like they just feel like, oh, let me just throw this word.
But I know I don't
you know?
speak for the entire world. I know some people gonna snap. You know, back when I was younger in school and stuff, I tripped off of that, but that's not the psychological thing because you want me to do something to you so I can go to jail so I can be arrested.
Yeah,
and
they
go to
wanna
jail. No, I'm
trigger
not
you.
falling in your trap.
See, I'm just gonna call you a name back, depending on your race.
It's gonna
But
work.
okay, what about races that use the N-word slang-wise? Does that offend you guys? if
No,
someone
that's
uses
why it wouldn't bother me either
Because
or.
Hispanics, whites, even Asians, they use the word, but they use
But
it
no,
in a slang.
but white people say it in a very demeaning way that you know the connotation is coming
Yeah.
behind it.
There's history
You know?
behind it.
Yes,
It
they
depends on
look
who
at you like
says
you're the scum of the earth, like you're nothing.
But what if it was a white person who wasn't standing like that and they really
But you
were
know the
saying
difference
it?
between when people like,
No,
what's
what
up,
I-
Dick?
no. But what I'm asking is, if they were saying it in a slang word, would that bother you too, or no?
Like if a white girl walked up to me that I don't know and says, "What's up, nigga?"
But
I'd
if
be
that
like,
was
"Hold
her-
up, we don't do that." Yes, I would check her ass quick.
But if it was your white friend, she could
My
do it.
friend wouldn't do that
Gotcha.
because they would
Right.
already know there's
So
certain
would
things
know.
that you don't do.
So getting back to the
I wouldn't walk up to her and be like, "Hey, cracker, how your day going?" That's not who I am.
that's not right.
That's
Yeah.
not in my soul.
So get back to the other shade or no shade. Do you think it's shade that now that Trump has won office, now everybody has this white lash against everybody, and everybody now coming out calling everybody, yeah, grab her crotch, or you effing, saying the N-word, or just coming out saying we're white nationalists. Now they didn't upgrade it. They ain't the KKK no more. They the white nationalists, which goes over to the alt-right movement. The alt-right movement is the man, Steve Bannon, who's part of the strategic team for Donald Trump. He represents the alt-right movement. The alt-right movement is these white nationalists,
I seen it
the
on
millenniums, the new white boys with slick over hairstyles who said they're trading in their race. They're trading in God, their religion, for their race. They worship a god called Kek. He's an Egyptian god of chaos and warcraft.
But he's an Egyptian god. Egyptians
Egyptian
are
is
black.
Africans.
Right.
I know all white people are not racist.
No.
Yeah.
Like all black people.
Because
are
Abraham
not
Lincoln
racist.
made
I
sure that
agree.
we were free,
Yeah.
but then
But
coming
wait a
years
minute.
down the line, they had the segregation.
Right, but you don't think he's racist. So
Jim Crow
him bringing
laws, I'm
upon Sarah Palin and banning that.
Look, this is how I feel. Like how I have my views. What we talked about in interracial dating. Everyone's gonna have their views. Just because a person don't approve of something, don't mean that they're racist. Just because a person is for their race or for their people, like we're for our people, it
Yes.
doesn't mean they're racist.
I agree.
They're just for their people. So if you have a white person who is into white pride,
That's clarity.
and you have, wait a minute, and you have a black person that's into black pride, that doesn't mean they're racist. And I think, in a sense, in a way, it is kind of messed up for white people sometimes, because for the ones that aren't racist, it's just proud of their heritage, they do catch
Because
slack.
there is white
Like,
people that did
Yeah.
go into riots and stuff like that
Yeah.
once Donald
Yeah,
Trump
yeah.
did get
But what
elected.
about the ones that are part of the KKK
Now,
that he's
those-
bringing
yeah,
into
those
office?
are
I
the-
have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that's racist. Okay,
Those
I
are
have to wrap it up.
extremists
They are
from that group.
Well, yeah, and KKK.
Like, we have
okay,
extremists in our groups.
I have to wrap it up. We got to go to commercial, but please stay tuned because we are going to come back with Miss Elizabeth.
Ow.
Girl, you got me mad over
Sit down.
talking about some damn KKK.
Let's sit down and talk about it.
We'll be right back after these important messages.
Welcome back. We are going over to Miss Elizabeth Ruiz. She is going to give us her dear girlfriend.
Thank you, Cherry. So today for Dear Girlfriends, my question to you girls is, do you believe that interracial babies are praised more than full-blooded babies?
No.
Yes.
No, if you're a pretty baby, you're a pretty baby. Period.
No, let me tell you, I told my kids I'm gonna get with a white man and have some babies. And they were like, those kids gonna be cuter than us.
Oh.
And I was like, but you know that whole thing about green eyes, blue eyes.
Yeah, the curly hair.
See what the forefathers have done to us and the stigmas that they put on our minds?
You know how I take it? Like, I see the social media pages, the mixed kids and everything. I think it's trying to give them their power so finally they have a place, because for so long they felt like they didn't fit in anywhere.
That's true. Because me, like when I was growing up, me being light skinned, everyone thought I was mixed, but then there was certain people who didn't like me because I was light skinned, and I really didn't know my place growing up, and I was just thinking about that. Like,
But I realized a lot of mixed girls are confused.
Yes,
Yes.
I have a lot of mixed
And
girlfriends that are like,
insecure.
Yes.
who do I see myself as, white or black?
They lost.
And
Who do I
don't
identify
have-
myself
yes.
with?
People praise them like, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. But really, I'm like, that girl is confused. Because you know, like a lot of times, women, when they date a man, and if a girl who's mixed comes along, they're like, oh my gosh, they get worried. I'm like, baby, she confused, so you don't have to worry about
Wait a
that.
minute. Why do they have to be confused? Like, I don't understand why people want mixed people to pick. Like, you're not white, you're not black, you're white and black.
But
Like,
that's the thing that they,
But
that's the
when
thing they
there's
have
so
inside their
much-
minds, though.
Right? They
because
have
for
to
me,
there's
it's
so
like,
much
I need to act a certain way because
animosity
I'm this
towards each
complexion, or
one,
I need
they don't know
act
who to
this way
identify
because
with.
I'm around these people. Like, sometimes you are confused.
Yeah.
And I think too, because a lot of times we don't realize, but the grandparents have problems. Like sometimes the white side do not deal with the black side. So because you have black in you, that white side feels like you're less than them. And even though your blood is running through their their blood is running through your veins, they treat you like
Y'all
you're
gotta
a
get
When
that
princess.
society
and then-
saying that white people are against black people or black people are, against white people, and you're a mix, you're like, well, who do I reside
And
with?
then
Who
when
do
you
I
got that
identify
little,
with?
listen, when you got that little black ugly cousin,
Anthony.
that's true. They be mean. I've seen it. These things I'm talking about personal experiences.
But just the fact
just
that
go
you
drink.
use that is like that term, that little black ugly cousin.
You could be
But you, okay, so you ain't never seen no black ugly cousins.
No, I have not.
Okay, well, you ain't living in reality.
Every baby is beautiful in their own way
Thank you.
because
I
they're a
love
baby.
Moroccan looking babies. I love it.
I love
Every
babies.
baby.
Period.
Every baby, I'm saying cousin, when you grown, everybody don't grow up and be a pretty peach.
Yeah, when you grow up, there's ugly white people, ugly black people, ugly Latin people.
Yeah.
But every baby's beautiful because
Yeah,
it's a
everybody's
baby.
beautiful. Yeah, and it's innocent. I ain't
Yeah.
talking about babies. I'm talking about somebody that's 9 or 10. You got to look.
So what age do you stop being cute?
What age? I think maybe, you know what? Some people just be cute forever. I think you stop being cute maybe around 2.
Everybody goes through a funny looking phase when they're going
it happens. It could be a 2. It could be 10. It could be 9. It could be 19. It never happened to me.
Oh my
We don't have
god.
to get those pictures.
Wait a minute, I remember. Let's look on his Instagram because he got a little blazer.
You need to see baby pictures.
Give us your Instagram handle.
Oh my God, no, I just had, I just look like a girl. I had no hair on my face, skin, big old curly hair, and a big old booty.
So wait, are you trying to tell me, are you full-blooded? You're not full-blooded.
No,
black.
my mom's dad was white.
Okay, and Halish.
And then my dad was partial, he was, they Creole.
Well, I get confused now. Like, we were talking about this, but my mother's grandfather, he was actually,
What?
a plantation owner.
Yeah. So she was privileged.
And no, I actually wasn't, but her grandmother was Ethiopian, and so.
So your kids are mixed. You got little mixed
Yeah, they
babies.
beautiful. All your kids are beautiful.
But when you hear stories like that, I guess it would confuse you because it's like.
Well, when you think about it, if you go far back, we're all kind of mixed.
Yeah, I
You
was
know?
on plantation with my maiden name McCain. That's the name of the plantation.
Yep, mine was Sherry. So tell me this.
But it made me feel a certain way, like just to
Not me,
know.
because
So did you ever hear about slavery from your parents or grandparents?
No.
I never heard about it
No,
either.
it was because it was like that's how we got here, and it was like that's just what you knew was going on. You know
Well,
what
it's
I mean?
rumored that some mixed babies came from the plantation owners raping
Yes.
the
Absolutely.
women. So
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's like fact, not
But see,
rumor.
But
Okay.
Sometimes you
I'm
can't
sorry.
rape the
I
woman.
gotta take you
if
back
want
to
sleep in the house
commercial
and it's cold.
What I'm hoping is that everybody will find their place in this world. We got to go to commercial, but when we come back, I'm going to come back with Miss Alicia Choi.
Stick with your kind.
Don't say that. gut? What is your
Hey, I
gut?
gotta speak my truth.
Let's sit down and talk about it.
We'll be right back after these important messages.
Girl, Chris and champagne. Girl, Chris. Let's sit down and talk about it.
Welcome back. We are going to go over to Miss Alicia Choice. What's hot and what's not?
Hot or not?
I'm not what you say. Hot or not, sharing private information on social media. I see a lot of people on Instagram, Facebook, and they share when they go through breakups, when they're arguing with their significant other, baby mom, the things they go through with their children, especially people that are in the industry.
Right.
Is it hot to put your feelings on social media, or do you need to keep that private?
Private.
It's not
It's
hot.
not hot.
I think it depends. If you want people's opinion on it, then you can put it. If you don't want anybody's
But
opinion
not
on it,
all
then
the
don't post it.
time.
Right.
Do it randomly. Don't be known for
I want
that.
to talk about one thing that I just seen on social media with Hazel E. Now, I know Hazel. I'm sure all of us mostly know Hazel, and she just
Who?
got Hazel E.
Oh.
And she just got her vagina, what was it? Rejuvenated.
Restructured.
Yeah, restructured. And some people said that it wasn't hot for her to put it on there. Some people said, you know, that was too much information.
Well, all it is they want to go back in and mess it up so she can
No,
get it again.
I thought it was a good business move for her.
I think no, that wasn't a business move. That was a thotty move. She letting me know, come and get it. It's new and fresh.
I think that's where it
That was
comes
a
into
cold
play.
card.
Like, if you want people's opinion on it, then you post it. But don't post it and then expect people not to give you their
Right.
opinion.
Right.
Because you put it on social media.
Don't put anything personal on social
Yeah,
media.
you-
People think that I do because I come up with these random topics,
Right.
but it's just stuff that gives me shits and giggles.
Right.
But like, you won't go on my page and find my children. I went to Africa.
Yeah,
and,
she just came from Africa.
And she was like, "Why didn't you put it on social media?" Ain't nobody at my house. Why would I put it on social media?
Yeah. I'm like, where's the pictures? I want to see the pictures. And
But what I will post is like my truth, and that's my work. My work should speak for itself. For me, I don't think that when people go through relationship problems or stunting on other people or showing that they groupies through social media, I'm not a fan of that.
when you say groupies, what do you mean?
Like everywhere you go, you see a celebrity. But we already in the room, so
What's stunting? Because I don't
Stunting.
know how anybody on social media could stunt on me.
well, that's you. But people do it when people
But I
get
mean,
new
what does it
shoes,
mean?
new purse. Like everybody's different.
Right.
You know, whatever you want to promote, do that. But if it's because something that where it's like narcissistic, come on.
So if you're okay, I take pictures with people because I'm promoting a brand.
Right.
and,
See, that's
you know,
that's what you're doing.
So is that fine or is
That's
that
good.
too much,
No, that's good for
or-
you. But it's like
Okay.
it's overkill if you already somebody that if you're known social climber.
Let me tell you what Dr. Dre told me. He said, "You're in the group, baby. You can't be a groupie."
Exactly.
It's those that are outside the group just trying to
said
get
that?
Dr. Dre.
Okay.
Word.
Meaning you're already in the industry, so you're not a groupie. It's those people who are trying to make their way in and they think that's their way in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not putting on my business. Some little things I'm gonna put on there.
She very private.
Yeah, but I realized though too, because sometimes you know when Instagram first got popping, I would put like cars and stuff that I had, like, but I like cars, so that's my thing.
That's your hobby.
Right.
Okay.
But when I think about it, I'm like, I think chicks be looking to see what your man gives you through
Okay.
Instagram and see if I want her man. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just part of being a public figure where your information will be out there, because even on the show we talk about our private information
Who?
and
Oh.
we're exposing it, you
Okay.
know, like, oh, I've done this, I've
But this
done
is a
that.
purpose though.
But you're still putting your business out
But we
there.
not.
If-
This is a purpose. We're talking about to edify people inevitably.
But isn't social media like a whole narcissistic thing?
Yes.
Because all they do is selfie. Like, I'm not a selfie queen.
and the thing,
you can get a lot of followers by doing
it
all that.
depends on followers.
but what does followers do? Does it equate capital?
Dollar bills. You know.
For some people.
Wait. Elizabeth has how many followers do you have on Instagram?
I have almost 400,000, and I do make money off my
I know,
social media.
and you're smart. I get it.
Go,
Like you're one of the people that I work.
I don't have to work a 9 to 5.
Maybe I do need to get some selfies.
I'm not talking about the minority, because that's the minority. The majority of people, they ain't doing nothing. And the girls, please, 2017, please quit twerking for the Birkin. Please. I done seen so many dimples and asses.
But they're not even getting Birkins.
So is that
No,
okay,
right.
So when you're twerking, is that something that shouldn't go on social media?
I don't want, I mean,
It's coming to be an overkill. Like,
there's
what are you
people
gonna say
who've
for your
made
husband?
brands off twerking.
What are you soliciting? Who are you attracting?
But some people are.
I don't knock nobody
people
for it.
soliciting on Instagram.
I'm not hating on them.
But whoever's twerking on there, they trying to reach out to somebody.
But then why do you,
Okay, we gotta go.
hold on, no. Then
I
why
don't
do you
have a
think,
choice.
why
We
do you
gotta
think the
pay
white
bills.
man look at us so
We're
crazy
gonna go to
still?
commercial, but when we
But
come
that's
back, we're gonna give you us
and
our final
hoodlums.
thought.
If I don't like the twerking, I'll just scroll or not follow. But I don't knock nobody because people make brands out of everything.
Down and talk about it.
We'll be right back after these important messages.
Let's sit down and talk about it.
Unfortunately, it is time for our final thought. I know.
I'm having so much fun.
I know.
My final thought is interracial dating. Date who you want. Don't let nobody tell you what to do. Anthony?
My final thought of the day is I gotta quit coming across so judgmental. I'm not judgmental, I just identify, and there is some relativity to what I'm saying. But gotta be much nicer, I guess.
Alicia?
My final thought is to stand strong by your own opinion. If you feel like you don't like interracial dating, don't let anyone change your mind. You can have your opinion and everyone can agree to disagree.
You just did that to
Michelle?
Trump,
So my final thought is, I think interracial dating is perfectly fine, but sometimes I think it doesn't need to happen all the time. But I am looking for a white man. I've never been with one, and I just want to see what it's like. I just heard they're more gentle, they just are more caring, and you know, I'm tired of being done by the black man.
I gotta cut you off now.
My final thought is don't worry about what other people have to say. Post whatever you want on social media because as long as you believe in yourself, everybody else will.
Hey, and I might need to get on some selfies, okay?
But you look at somebody's page, it's like, stop.
Thank you for
I mean, I just don't take the time to leave a negative comment because
We're going to continue this on our social media pages, so check us out.
Those people want to get on the shade room when they do those comments.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you.
I got you. The lighting,
I already know. I already know.
the lighting, the angles, you good.